I just want to preface this video with, if you are offended by any kind of cursing, or offended, I guess, by really graphic descriptions, then I would not watch this video because, number one, I curse quite a bit, and number two, I'm going to be describing some things that may be offensive to you if you have a really small mind. So if you want to stay ignorant, then you can leave out that direction. If you want to stay, then you can stay. But anyways, I want to talk about my bipolar disorder today, and not just my bipolar disorder, but kind of bipolar disorder in general, because number one, mental health is kind of something that I'm super passionate about, just because I've struggled with it most of my entire life, and it's something that affects my everyday life. You know, I want people to kind of understand where I'm coming from, where other people are coming from, and I kind of want to break the stigma that it's not okay to talk about your mental health. I don't want to get on a fucking platform here, but I personally think that we should be able to talk about mental health like we can talk about physical sickness. Say if you have a bad mental health day, you can call in and be like, hey, like, I'm having a psychotic breakdown right now, can I please not come into work today? I'm pretty sure you don't want someone who's crying and screaming and rocking back and forth coming into the workplace, because that's not good. To begin with, I just kind of want to talk about 3 kinds of bipolar disorders that I am aware of. If there's any other kind, I tried researching as much as I could for this video. So obviously there is bipolar 1 and bipolar 2. I'm just going to read off of here what Google says about bipolar 1 and bipolar 2. Bipolar 1 disorder involves periods of severe mood episodes from mania to depression. Bipolar 2 disorder is a milder form of mood elevation involving milder episodes of hypomania that alternate with periods of severe depression. And what I kind of think of it is, I think bipolar 2 is more having to do with depression versus the mania. Bipolar 1 is kind of way more roller coasty, and I think bipolar 2 is probably the lesser of the evils. It says bipolar 2 disorder is a milder form of mood elevation. It's definitely not something to fuck with, but bipolar 1 is like the Texas Giant. Okay, if you've heard of that roller coaster. Bipolar 2 is probably like the mine train, you know, at Six Flags. Those are the first 2 that most people are aware of, and there's one more that I think only recently got added to the health index, if that's a thing. Schizoaffective bipolar disorder, and that is where people have like delusions and hallucinations and mood problems. Obviously, it's kind of the same thing. You have depression, but it's more psychotic symptoms. And sometimes I think that I have this because when I'm off my medication, I see shit and think weird things and start thinking people are watching me. So sometimes I think I have that, but I don't know. Those are the 3. Bipolar 1, bipolar 2, and schizoaffective bipolar disorder. I personally have bipolar 1 disorder. That's what they diagnosed me when... Can you guys stop, please? When I was in the mental hospital. I have really fucking bad mania. So when I'm off my medication, it's definitely like I am 50 shades of crazy. So I didn't really describe what mania is. I'm not going to look up the textbook definition, but in my own words, it's basically where you think you are on top of the world. You think that nothing is ever going to hurt you. You are just like, go, 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 like the Energizer fucking bunny, okay? And you just, it's just like the most intense happiness you've ever felt in your life. Sometimes it can involve like a lot of irritability. So for example, if I'm in my Energizer bunny kind of mania, like I'm go 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 go, if somebody kind of knocks me down and is like, okay, you need to slow down, I'll probably bite their heads off. I guess I would describe it as really intense emotion, mostly in my case intense happiness. So imagine being on like fucking LSD and the best high you've ever felt in your entire life. Like, the sex is the best, like, if you're exercising, you feel super pumped, like, everything just, like, is amazing. This can be dangerous because some people would go out in the fucking middle of the road and lay down and because they're having this manic episode, they're like, oh, nothing's gonna hurt me. Like, if a truck rolls over me, like, I'm gonna be okay. You have these thoughts like that kind of, like, are really strange. Like, I'll go ahead and talk a little bit about my mania that I've experienced. And it's been a couple of years since it's been this bad. I haven't experienced anything as bad as this now. So I've been pretty stable for the most part. But back in the day, before I was properly medicated, my mania included a lot of sex, intense working out. So I would go work out for like 7 hours at a time or binge crazily. It would include me staying up all night. Like, I was writing a book and I would be writing it like from day until night, basically. I think the worst thing that I ever did was, I had a boyfriend at the time. Me and him were semi-serious. One day, I decided that I was gonna have a threesome. I was gonna meet up with somebody online and have sex with them, and then I was gonna go back and have sex with my boyfriend. In that 1 day period, I had a threesome, hooked up with a guy that I met online, went to his house and hooked up with him, and then had sex with my boyfriend. So that happened. If you meet me medicated, that's not who I am at all. The difference between medicated me and non-medicated me is like black and white. And I am nothing like the person I was or the person I am without medication. Bipolar makes you do some crazy fucking things. And definitely there was a huge change when I started my medicine. I'm currently taking Depakote, Celexa, and then I also take a birth control. It's very weird to think about what I did while I was manic. But anyways, I got a little off topic. So that's basically mania. The other side of bipolar is depression. It's kind of two sides of the coin, I guess. While you get this amazing fucking high while you're manic for a week or two, you also get the worst depression you have ever felt. You can't get out of bed. You either don't want to eat or you want to eat everything. The worst anxiety. You're paranoid. It's just the shittiest feeling in the world. Like, imagine just having a black cloud around you and everything is like, doesn't feel right. I don't know how to describe it exactly, but it's just the worst feeling in the entire fucking world. And reasons why this can make it hard to function, as well as the mania. For me, I get so paranoid. Like, thoughts that I have are that my bosses and everybody is out to get me. So I think that they're like sometimes I'll think that the client that I have, they've been put on my table to judge me and decide whether or not I'm going to be able to stay at my job. So the whole time I'll be like, oh my god, like, am I massaging them right? Am I doing a good job? I'll think that I'm gonna get fired. For no reason. Any second now, they're gonna come up to me and say I'm gonna get fired, which has led me to having massive panic attacks, because sometimes it's hard to distinguish what's real and what's not when your mind is like that. It's really hard to be in the moment and be in reality. Even sometimes when I'm medicated, it can be that way. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say it's a 10 when I'm off my medication. It's probably about a 3 when I'm on medication. I can't speak much for people with bipolar 2 because I don't know what that's like. I've heard from numerous people that bipolar 2 is more of the depression side. As far as schizoaffective bipolar disorder, I don't know a lot about it. Sometimes I think I have that because I'm very paranoid all the time. All three, I guess, are under the blanket term of bipolar, which is a mood disorder, which means we're all fucking up and down all the fucking time. That's something we can't control. It's a chemical imbalance in your brain. Bipolar disorder is one of the worst, I think, of the mood disorders. And it's like somebody else, like, takes control of you and possesses you to make you do things you would never do as yourself. Sometimes it feels like I'm caught in my body and I know things aren't real, but then it's so hard to get past that mental block, like the paranoia, and then also the wanting to clean for hours on end, or wanting to sleep for hours on end. I'm needing to, because you just feel tired. The most tired you've ever been, and it doesn't matter if you sleep for 24 hours, you will still be fucking tired. So it makes life pretty difficult. I just want people to understand that bipolar disorder is not something to fuck around with. It's not a joke. It is something that is real, very, very fucking real. People are constantly hospitalized for it. Let's say in the top 5 mental health disorders that make it super hard to function. We'll just view it in this light, like, if you eat better and exercise, it'll just go away. And a lot of people view that for almost every mental health issue. If you eat right and you fucking go exercise, it's gonna be great and you're never gonna feel sad ever again. Like, first of all, it's okay to feel sad every now and then. Feeling sad is a normal emotion. If you haven't seen Inside Out, then you need to get on that. Go watch that movie. We need sadness to feel happiness. So it's okay to feel sad. But there's a certain level of sadness that you can reach that's not normal. Understand that it cannot be fixed. No mental health issue can be fixed, if it's a serious mental health issue, just by eating better and exercising. It can be helped, certainly. Those are things that can definitely help, but it's not going to cure all. Just like the medication won't cure all, which is another misconception that people have. Like, oh, if you take your medication, you're going to feel 100% all the fucking time. Like, no. I still feel sad sometimes. I still feel depressed sometimes. I still feel like shit sometimes. On that note, I'm going to go ahead and go because there's a lot of shit going on outside my window. So I might make a part 2. If you guys want to hear about that, then let me know. Okay. Bye.